Today we will be interviewing Dr. Carl Muffley at the College of Medicine here at USF. I'm Kendall Tracy.
I'm Huda Fackery. Courtney Clark. Marie Hanna.
David Maddox.
Elmi Bronson.
Interviewing Dr. Carl Muffley from the College of Medicine about his research in the anatomy department.
So, what current projects are you working on?
Right now we've got a couple of projects. One is we're looking at flow dynamics, comparing bivalves from artificial valves for cardiac valve replacement. And then another one is looking at using neosomes for drug delivery, trying to target the drug to a specific site, mostly for atherosclerosis, heart disease, those kind of things, where we can actually deliver the drug right to the site it needs to be instead of just treating the whole body. Two main projects, right?
Do you use actual patients or cadavers? How does that work?
We use animals.
Oh, okay.
We're not at the clinical trial stage yet for those. The valves are either plastic valves or pig valves, and then the neosome we're using mice to treat them. To see how they react.
So, what sparked your curiosity in all of this?
Oh, I've always kind of been interested in cardiovascular stuff because a while back we did a study that found that if you castrate male rats, they don't go into heart failure as easily as non-castrated male rats. So it's kind of like following some reproductive biology stuff I did into the cardiovascular system. Just kind of led from there.
Oh.
What's some of your previous research besides the one you just mentioned?
A lot of it was in Sertoli cells and cytoskeletons of the Sertoli cell, how it's stimulated, requires FSH and testosterone in order to link this fermentives to get ketogenesis to occur.
So have you always been interested in the research side of medicine?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that when I went to school, if I got a PhD in anatomy, part of what I was doing would be research. So yeah, I mean, that's always been something to do, having to do with male reproduction or cardiovascular anything that I did a postdoc. So that was all research, so pretty much. But I like the teaching too. That's what I liked about going into anatomy. I was always told that if you go into anatomy, part of what you'll do is research, part of what you'll do is teaching. I like both of them. So it seemed like a good fit.
What did you want to be as a child?
As a child, I wanted to be a civil engineer.
Oh, interesting. That's not a typical child dream.
But in college, I took a comparative vertebrate anatomy course, and I really liked that. So I came from there. So it was kind of late that I came to anatomy.
Right.
How long have you been here at USF?
22 years.
Do you like it here?
I do.
Where were you before here?
Before I got here, I was at the Worcester Foundation for Experimental Biology. And before that, I was in Nebraska.
Is that where you went to school?
Yeah.
Experimental biology, what did you do there?
That's where I started the Sertoli cell stuff.
Okay.
It's a research foundation in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Actually, it's where the birth control pill was invented.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
How long were you there?
4 years. That's where I did my postdoc.
So you mentioned earlier that you split your time between research and teaching. About how much do you spend on both parts?
Right now, there's probably a lot more on teaching because we just started a new master's program for pre-professional masters, and I direct 2 of those courses, and I do the bulk of the teaching for both the anatomy and histology course, so that takes up a lot of time. Plus, I teach the med students and the PhD students, so quite a bit of my time right now is taken up teaching.
So in anatomy classes, do you do a lot of group teaching with other professors here?
Yeah, most of them are team taught.
Do you prefer teaching or research? Or is it pretty fair time?
It depends on how the research is going. When it's not going well, I prefer teaching. But
Is it going well now?
right now it's kind of slow. I mean, we're kind of hit some roadblocks, so we're having trouble getting through it. So.
When it isn't slow, do you find that your research time interferes with your teaching time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to find time to do that.
Do you do all the research here?
Actually, I was involved in several projects over at the engineering college,
Okay.
so I kind of work with both groups.
So you talk about research and teaching being a significant portion of your time. Is there anything you just do for fun when you actually have a spare hour?
I like to go fishing, which Florida's good for. That's, I guess, my main hobby right now. Is
Could we have a mini tour of your lab?
a mini tour. Yes. Well, you can see it's piled full of stuff. I've got several microscopes. I've got an inverted microscope. I use that more for looking at cell culture material. We've got a research microscope that takes a digital camera. We use that a lot for, taking the pictures. We do a lot of histology.
Okay.
So, and then over there, those plastic containers contain the cardiovascular flow loops that we use to test the bivalves and the plastic valves to see how they react under different pressures.
Have you found like a specific valve that works better? Or is the plastic or the research favorite?
So far they've had different flow dynamics. The biovalves seem to be better than the plastic valves, but the plastic valves typically last longer, so it's kind of a trade-off right now. And when you take the picture, that is not my skateboard. They're like that. But then most of the other equipment is just, cell biology equipment for doing gel electrophoresis.
Cool.
And everything is connected to a computer, so we can do our data analysis.
Are you starting up any other research anytime soon?
We're trying, we're trying to get funding for other things, but right now we're just kind of in the middle of trying to figure out where to go next. So you're always, you always have to find something new to try. So we're always looking for something different.
How long have you been doing research at
The cardiovascular stuff, we've probably been doing it for about 3-4 years. So it's kind of very what we do.
When you do your research, do you work with a team or is it?
Yeah, usually I work with grad students, other investigators, other people in the department, people who are in engineering. There aren't many people that work alone. You can't get enough done. And there's too many aspects that you have to look at. You can't be good at everything, so you have to find somebody that's good at something else to work with. So typically you work with somebody else.
Do you ever work with undergrad students or just grad students?
I have. I've had a few undergrads. They tend to come and go rather quickly. Like they don't have a lot of time to devote to the research. Grad students usually stick around a little longer, so they're a little easier to work with sometimes. But I've had a lot of summer students. I even had one for 4 years. I had a high school teacher who came in every summer.
Do you ever present your research?
Oh yeah, I mean, usually at a meeting, a lot of times posters, or you see there's a bunch of posters in the hallway that present different meetings. Yeah, it's usually
Do you go to conventions?
Yeah, I mean that's what you could call these meetings. They're like if you go to an experimental biology meeting, it's like, I guess it's like a convention. I guess I would think of conventions as slightly different in their aspect as to why you're there. But yeah, so same kind of thing.
Cool.
though, I think that about wraps it up.
Thank you
Okay.
for your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Tell me if you win.
We will.
What do you win if you win?
They haven't
They
let
haven't
us know
told us yet.
How do you know how much work to put
I
into
know.
it? You know, if it's a big prize, you work harder, right?
It's the honors college. We're supposed to want to do this. And
Oh,
then get
that's
this prize.
Exactly.
We'll probably get a USF pin with
Yeah.
the Bulls logo on it or
It'll be
something.
worth it, guys, right?
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Alright,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
I've been up, I've been down, I've always got my head in.
We will edit that out.
You haven't said anything yet.
I don't have any questions.
Well, you're not going to pass the course if you don't have any questions. This is a graded activity, right?
Yeah. This is actually a competition.
A competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, the honors college is sponsoring video competition.
Oh, if I would have known that, I would have worn a tie.
Really? You're not filming?
I just started filming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Damn, we'll like
Should have got that. That would have been pretty funny. It was recording. I don't know if it got.
Okay.
Courtney's so embarrassed to know us right now.
No, okay, wait. No, wait. Just don't scrub. No.